couldn't be more excited to be part of the great journey of personal and intellectual discovery that awaits you. Fiat Lux, and go Bears!
I'm a filmmaker. If you're considering Berkeley, follow your passion and follow what makes you excited to live and excited to take part in the activities around you. I used to get so caught up in what I thought I should be doing that I just ignored my passions, put them to the side, when really it's so rewarding to be able to put your mind to a project that you really care about and achieve that project and achieve those goals. I think that Berkeley is such a unique environment and that it fosters that kind of encouragement for you to achieve your goals and follow your passions.
I'm a change maker. For prospective students considering Berkeley, I would let them know that if there's something that they want to do here on campus, there's a way to make that happen. In my time at Berkeley, I've learned that if I wanted to get involved with student government, there was a way to make that happen. I ran for and won a seat in the ACC Senate. If I wanted to get involved with administration, there's a way to make that happen. If I want to get involved outside of campus and get involved with the city, there's ways to make that happen too. So here at Berkeley, there's definitely the resources that students need to be successful and get involved in all the things that they might want to do.
I am a dancer. I pursued my passions through different classes, clubs, and organizations. That's being a part of a dance team, that's being a part of a hiking club, being part of a cultural community, and just different things that I resonate with and feel comfortable with and want to continue doing because it's something I've done all my life. Whatever I'm passionate about, that's what drives me to continue and motivates me to do what I want to do here at Berkeley.
I'm an engineer. I got a lot of plans, honestly. I knew I wanted to have my own business startup. I didn't know exactly what it would be in, but I knew that that was my direction. I just knew that I'll come across something that's so spectacular that I just have to share it with the world. And I know that whatever I do make is going to help the world regardless. That might be me being a little arrogant, but I feel that in my bones.
I'm a biology scholar. I chose Berkeley mainly because of the Regents and Chancellor Scholarship. It's something that made it more affordable for me or like families like me to come to the university. The university, it has a reputation for being like one of the #1 research universities, lots of resources. To have the opportunity to come here for 4 years, then I'm also getting a lot of these resources and academic opportunities that I couldn't even imagine of having.
I am an advocate for higher education. My passion at Berkeley really goes down to two different fields. Community engagement. I'm involved in ASUC right now, which is the really large and autonomous student government here. The second field that I'm really passionate about is higher education. I work as a student advisor at the Office of Undergraduate Admissions, and that's definitely something I want to do further down in my career and go back to going to student affairs and being the individual that I can be for marginalized communities, be that kind of resource.
I am a leader. I chose to come to Berkeley because I knew that it would challenge me academically and provide a space for me on campus because of the diversity and opportunities they have here. Definitely had to push myself to join and put myself out there in order to find a community here. I was able to find different organizations and that helped me find my community on campus.
I am Berkeley.
I am Berkeley.
I am Berkeley.
I am Berkeley.
And I am Berkeley.
I am Berkeley.
And I'm Berkeley.
Good morning, live from Maxwell here at the home of the National Hispanic Institute. My name is Julio Irving Cotto, LDZ class of 1997, and I've been a member of the NHI HQ team for quite some time. Let's just say that my daughter Sophia will be GDX 2030, and I know I'm eagerly awaiting it, and we'll probably be here in this mansion waiting for it to happen. And some of you will probably be judges and coaches. So thank you, welcome. I know you have your, hopefully you're staying hydrated, you had a good breakfast, or you're gonna go grab something after we take a break after this opening. I know some of my colleagues in the other side of the building. Good morning, Chris, there, over there in the annex. Actually, to my right, you can't see, there's a whole nother crew broadcasting live to the CWSX, the third day of their experience. They're about to start meeting with 8 different top colleges. So there's a lot going on here in NHI world, both in person and live on the internet. So welcome to all of those that are watching the broadcast from your homes, from your offices, from your morning commute. We want to thank, before we get started, institutions and some partners that really helped make this experience, this GDX4 possible. There's a lot that goes into organizing groups, not just from a local community, but during this pandemic from all across the Americas. GDX is definitely a representation of NHI. We have folks in Mexico, we have competitors today in Panama. We have a team that's coast to coast from New York City to San Diego, touching all points of the border there by the Rio Grande. So I'm excited about GDX4 because it really is a representation of the NHI community that's across the Americas. We want to thank State Farm. State Farm has been an outstanding partner for many years, especially in a moment when the world changed on us. They were one of the partner institutions that continue to step up and continue to make investments because they understand that leadership, youth leadership, leaders from our communities, Latino, Latinx, Latina, Latine, Latino youth are important to the future of this world, of this community. We also have some university partners. As we know, this year, we're not at too many different universities, and we know and are looking forward to 2022 and 2023, when we'll kind of hopefully be back doing some residential experiences again. And we already have some partners that this year, despite the shift and the digital world, they said, we want to continue to invest. We want to continue to make it known that we believe in leaders from your community. We know that NHI work is important. We want to continue being a part of it. So we cannot thank enough, as you saw the presentation, the University of California, Berkeley. Thank you so much, Cal Berkeley, for being a new NHI partner and such an important one, especially as we continue to grow in the West Coast. I already saw there in the chat some West Coast representation. So glad that we have some West Coast, very, very early for you over there. We also have another new partner in the southeastern part of the United States. We are going more in coast to coast, not just East Coast in the Northeast, but all down the Atlantic coast. We have folks from all over the different mid-Atlantic states, even some students in the Caribbean. One of our partners that's going to continue to help expand our work in the Southeast. Great partner, Sewanee, the University of the South. Thank you for being a part of this work with us. We actually also have a John F. Lopez intern with us, a digital intern this summer who's been helping us make connections with students from the Southeast. Up in my neck of the woods, in my home state of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, St. Francis University is already starting to get on board and says they want to be part of this leadership movement, part of this youth movement, and they wanted to be part of making sure that they invested in kids in the Northeast. So a lot of you from New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, we have a lot of thanks to give to St. Francis University in Pennsylvania in the western part of the state for their partnership this year. And just down south, home of a future LDZ, I hear, St. Mary's College of Maryland. It's a top honors college, a national honors college there in the state of Maryland. And we are looking forward to build some real roots there with an LDZ not too far from DC, with an opportunity to visit the nation's capital. So thank you so much to our partners. But I believe that this is also a competition. And I know that we also have, we have some business to conduct starting today with two exciting rounds tomorrow. And then the Athenaeum, these global competitions, and then our finals that will be broadcast live. But what I want to know is I want to do a little bit of a roll call. I know that we're not in the Ida Green there at Austin College, or we're not at the University of Texas or Villanova or Cabrini, but I know that the energy can be felt over the internet. So who is from? And I want to see it in the chat. I know online you can't see it. You're going to have to trust me. Where's Corpus Christi? Where are those Corpus Beach students there? Studying on the beach, debating by the ocean. Corpus Christi, thank you for being with us. Already I see El Paso, New Mexico. They're from the mountains. A little early for you two over there in the mountain time zone. Where is team? I'm gonna call them team coast to coast, East Coast, California, East Coast, California. Where are you? I already know I saw my San Diego people, my LA people. All right, El Paso is going strong. El Paso is going strong in the chat. I've got a little one who's been 5 weeks in El Paso, so I'm a little biased. Oh, there's Mexico. There's Mexico. Getting ready to go. You think it's the Copa here. And where's the Midwest, Colorado? We have a team that was right in the center of the country. Chicago, Iowa, Nebraska, all the way across the mountains to Colorado. The chat is starting. Heartland, the Heartland. They're calling themselves the NHI GDX Heartland team. Incredible. Where's North Texas? Big D, Dallas Fort Worth. There they go. There they go. And of course, last year's end of summer champion team, not Mexico, not the Caribbean, further down, Panama. Where is Panama? PTY Panama. I love it. I love the energy. You can feel it. Trust me, you can feel the internet vibes coming through. Well, I want to congratulate all of you. We know that this year was a little different, of course, and thank you to especially the coaches and JFL, especially who were pioneers last summer doing this GDX online when there were people who believed that you could not debate and have a conversation through the internet. I think we've proven them wrong for the second year. I know that it was challenging. I know that being online was difficult and having, to be in front of a screen for so long, but you did it. And we know that you had a lot of folks on the way who got tired of it, maybe got a little bored of it, or who just maybe weren't serious, or maybe it wasn't about leadership for them. But for you, we know different. And so we cannot congratulate you enough. And with that, I'm going to pass it for just a moment to my partner in crime here, Chris, who's going to explain, before we go any further and explain the tournament, we think it's important that all these great communities that we just saw flashing up on screen, that you have a chance to get to know each other, that you have a chance to connect and start forging these NHI relationships now, just like myself, Chris, so many of us did when we were your age and continue now in adulthood. So Chris, I'm going to pass it to you for just a moment to give everybody a heads up. What's about to happen right now?
So we've got almost 120 people in here, and we want you all to get to know each other. And so we're going to put us out into breakout rooms and just find out what part of the world, whether it's Panama, whether it's California, Midwest, Colorado, El Paso, New Mexico, Texas, East Coast, wherever it might be, Panama, Mexico, that you get to meet some of your fellow competitors in there. So I'm going to split us up into breakout rooms. So in a moment, what I want you to do is I want you to click the open your room and then go in. We'll allow you to introduce yourself. Tell people where you're from, maybe what school. If you are a former, great debate GDX student and you're a trainer, let people know. Then let people know which event you're competing in. You may see them as a judge. You may just see them as an opponent. But take a few minutes. We're going to do 2 rounds of this. So a couple minutes, meet your members. We'll come back. We'll mix it up again, and we'll do it one more time. So go ahead and click that room. So join your room, and then we'll see you back here in just a bit. For those on here, if you can Julio, I'm going to go ahead and close the rooms, bring everybody back in. We'll mix it up one more time. A lot of people in here. Okay, so it seems so we understand this now. I'm going to recreate these rooms, and we're going to do this. We're going to do this one more time, and then we'll come back and then we'll continue with the opening ceremony. So I'm recreating those rooms. Look for that option to join. Spend a couple of minutes in there getting to know some of your fellow NHI family members. Rooms are opening. Julio, I'm going to give them one more minute, and then we'll pull them back in, and then it's all yours. We're about 30 seconds left, Julio, as people are coming back into the rooms. Okay, Julio, it's all yours.
All right. I definitely encourage you throughout the next 3 days on Discord, you know, engage in the things that share the memes, like each other's comments, start a conversation, go into the video channels, get to know. Part of, NHI is not just developing your skills, not just expanding capacity, not just having conversations about our community and the future that we want to see and build and create, but it is also very much about forging relationships, forging connections with college partners, like you mentioned, with adult mentors and peers like your project administrators, but also with each other. So we want to thank not just our sponsors, universities, but we also know that it's very important to thank people that have been with you, some of you for months, getting to know these individuals. They've talked with your parents. You may have met them first on a Zoom call or in a Zoom classroom, and you were pulled out to get a chance to get to know them. Maybe your relationship started through an email and an exchange. But these are the individuals that have been behind the scenes for the last 2 years, working to continue this important work of making sure that our leaders are effective communicators, that they create thought, that they challenge ideas and concepts and structures in order to build for the future. And today, they are now on the other side of the screen, taking part and helping this tournament to come to life, opening up these rooms, keeping the clock, making sure that what you've been working for is going to be nice and smooth and be a great experience. I want to thank our tournament staff that are on. If you see them, you'll see JFL next to their name if you're looking at the gallery view. Those are individuals, JFL fellows, tournament staff, our tournament director, our assistant director. There's so many different people that you probably will never see, but I can guarantee the activity in the background there's a lot of tabulation, organization, planning that goes into making GDX4 happen. They didn't just log in today, they've been involved in the planning for quite some time. We want to thank our head coaches who had to create innovative, creative curriculum, workshops, and ways to make sure that the training continued on through this digital platform. And definitely our project administrators. And if we can get a little help, we'd love to definitely spotlight them if they're on. In Corpus Christi, we had actually some younger members that had to step up a little bit as we're having some interim there in Corpus Christi, but we're looking forward to 2022. A lot of our project administrators coming back with that organization. But this year, I want to thank Jezebel Villarreal, Kate Jones, not sure if they're logged in with us just yet, but these two young women and a whole team of volunteers who kept Corpus Christi moving through this new and exciting year that we all faced. Thank you so much. El Paso, Tracy Navar, Katrina Garza. NHI in our history, it wasn't just students and alumni, it was parents, and continues to have parents involved in continuing these experiences, not just for their children, but for other children from within their community. So thank you so much. El Paso, close to my heart, where half of my family is from, where my little girl is still there. So thank you so much, El Paso, for your continued involvement. And for those on the other side there of I-10 New Mexico participating as well. We go up here 35, North Texas. We have a very, very special family that continues to push and expand the work in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and now NHI North Texas. George Rodriguez and the Rodriguez family there. I know they're also preparing to get in a car and go north to a couple hours to go to the Texas LDZ that will start this weekend. So George, Michelle, the whole team, George Nicholas, Samantha Cortez, who's one of our younger project administrators, who, like many of the project administrators now, graduated from college, went back home, said, hey, I want to continue my involvement. So Samantha, thank you so much for your work. Head coach Bella Rodriguez, who is also kind of double duty here with the team, but also getting ready for the LDZ. Thank you, Bella, for your work this summer and for the other team that had a lot of success in a previous GDX. I saw they were now calling themselves the Heartland, which I love, because in many ways they are the heart and soul of NHI in many different programs, especially the Midwest Great Debate, the National LDZ, Andrew Perez, Jasmine Lopez, Maggie Olmos, all of the team up there from Lake County, from Summit, Kansas City, Nebraska. Miss you all deeply and all the memories that we've been making at Augustana and National LDZ. Looking forward to getting back up to the Midwest, but we're glad you're here. We're glad you're logged on and continuing the GDX tradition, which goes back many, many years. Down here, our neighbors, if we were to go down 35 South here in a couple hours, we'd be in Mexico. Thank you por traer ese calor, esa energía, esa cultura, Todo lo que traen nuestros amigos de Mexico, Choche Cruz, Gabby Morales, and their head coach, Paul Morales, and the whole team. We look forward to reviving the Mexico Great Debate, a tradition that had been started, a little bit interrupted, but we're looking forward to bringing that experience back. And we're so excited to have your team representing here at the GDX4. Down in Panama, can I thank Aldair almost enough for all of the work he's put in over the years, not just with the GDX, but an integral part, a future director and leader of continued programs throughout the Americas and South America. He's been very instrumental also with LDZ Las Americas. Thank you so much, Aldair, and to the whole team, all las directoras de las escuelas y los padres, todos ahí en Panamá. Un fuerte abrazo. Thank you so much. And from my neck of the woods, also with some folks from across the country, we're calling them Team Coast to Coast, Steven Hernandez and the team from the Northeast. Thank you so much for all that you've done, bringing this regional, multi-state community together to prepare here, from students from Puerto Rico, students from the East Coast, and also coast to coast students from California that are working with this collective, a nice representation of what NHI is. So, you know, what can I say? It's been a crazy summer. It's been a crazy 2 years here at NHI and across the world. I know a lot of us are looking forward to things opening up and to things evolving, but I think what we also know is that things are never going to be the same. We are living in a new world. We are living in a new time, and you GDXers know it better than anybody. You know, I've been thinking a lot. As I mentioned, I have a daughter, a 6-year-old. She's been in El Paso for 5, going on, she'll be 7 weeks. She's been in El Paso with her family there. And aside from being with family and culture and, you know, her cousins, for me, it's also very strategic. I'm trying to make sure that this little girl is prepared for the future. And I think that a border community, transnational community that lives on the edge of multiple worlds and languages and cultures is the perfect place for a 6-year-old right now to be spending their summer in 2 languages, in 2 cultures, not really seeing the lines. That's the world that I know I want. And I know that there were challenges 20 years ago when I was a participant, when I was an intern, and people like Luis Gonzalez, who was in high school, who's heading to San Diego to help run the California LDZ, or Anita Fernandez in San Antonio, who's a project administrator, or people like Tracy's daughter, who's a student in college, and even though taking on the academic river of a Stanford, continues virtually to work and to train and to support her home community of El Paso. The NHI for many people is just about skills, putting something on your resume, you know, getting a little bit of communications training, beefing up that confidence, and all those things are important and valuable. But there are people along the way, like Andrew, like Jasmine, like Choche, Gabby, Steven, Aldair, all these names you just heard, Jezebel and Kate in Corpus Christi. We choose to see NHI differently. We choose to see this experience and this journey as more than just the skills and more than just the capacities and the friends and the laughs and the college connections, which are pretty great too. See, we wanted to, at some point early on in high school, we made a decision that we wanted to be active members of the future. We wanted to be at the tables of decision-making. We wanted to make sure that we didn't have the future happen to us, that we helped shape it. And that's what NHI is about. See, this conversation that we've been having the last few weeks and months about civil rights and community equity building, really what we're asking is, what are we going to do in the future? You're going to inherit the rest of this century that's coming your way. And are we just going to rehash and Wikipedia civil rights and social change and look at which one sounds cool and just kind of rehash it and revive it? You're the generation that has all the knowledge at your fingertips. You're the generation that has everything that's ever happened at your fingertips as children. This is a challenge for you to try to build and think differently. Are you going to see these conversations as just an intellectual exercise, or are you going to see it as an opportunity to start shaping and framing the world and the future differently? Will we continue to see change and civil rights and community advancement through the lens of just ignoring it, being individualists, do you culture? Or are we also going to see it from the perspective of time to get mad, time to rise up, time to start writing letters, and pushing for our Congress people to do something about it? Or is there perhaps a third way? Is there perhaps another way to explore change, opportunity, investment? Is there another way to lead? Is there a new narrative that can be shaped? That's what the GDX debates are. They are live labs of raw intellectual energy that are going to fuel the plans, the structures that the next century is going to be built on. That's what you're doing today. You're like little molecules that are being clashed together to cause atomic energy of thought. And you can talk to many alumni, including the Congresswoman, people who work here in Austin, people in DC, entrepreneurs, and they will tell you that some of the earliest thoughts about how they wanted to impact the future started logged into a GDX or in a classroom or in a debate with somebody at the LDZ. We've all experienced and survived the past year and a half together, all of us across the world. This has been a collective global experience. And your generation and those that are coming, something has happened. All the information is out there. You're living in a world of democratized knowledge. You can access almost any piece of information in history. And therefore, leaders can't just be knowledgeable people or the people that have all the knowledge. Maybe in the late 20th century, where I'm from, that's how leadership was done. Get all the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Well, what do you do now when all the knowledge is on every device across the globe? You're going to have to lead differently. It's not about those that have the knowledge. It's going to be about those that are creating the knowledge, creating the content. That's what you've been challenged here to do. This energy that's going to come together over the next 3 days. I know I'm listening intently, not for points and not for really who's going to be the champion. I'm here to be inspired and moved about the world that Sofia Cotto is going to inherit. I want to know that when 2030 comes around, that the world's going to be even more incredible because of the ideas that I heard today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And so that's what I'm here. That's why I'm logged in, because I came to get inspired. I came to get motivated. This is your playground. This is your live lab. Maximize it. If you have 2 minutes this morning that you can make an improvement, make it. If you have 5 minutes before you go in that you can challenge and risk a new idea and concept, do it. Push yourself to the limit these next 3 days. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to hear it. I'm going to be moved. I'm going to be inspired. Thank you again, staff. Thank you, sponsors. And I'm going to now pass it to a outstanding young woman. I was thinking about it just a few minutes ago, how remember meeting her as a participant in high school. You know, she has now been she's now working on her master's degree. She grew up in Puerto Rico. She didn't attend the Great Debate, but she started her journey at the LDZ in New York in 2015. She played a variety of different roles. She got involved with the Great Debate as a volunteer, has been involved with the LDZ, CWS. She's a graduate and now working on her master's degree at Drexel University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in digital media. Ladies and gentlemen, our tournament director, Ana Acosta.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Sipping on my mug with my Puerto Rican flag. Shout out to Puerto Ricans, everyone here. Good morning, especially to those in California. It's extra morning for you guys. I would like to start with a lot of gratitude for everyone that has made this tournament possible. Thank you for dedicating your time and effort to this program. Regional PAs, coaches, parents, NHI headquarters people, judges, anyone that supported this. I think we can all agree that we do this for the participants, to see them grow and improve at programs like this one. So it's my honor to be able to facilitate that for you guys. Even though it's remote, I have already felt the amazing NHI community, energy, and support. And I'm sure that this program will be great because of it. Participants, the conversations you are about to have, though under the guise of a competition, the categories, are critical things we as a Latino community are facing in real life. You are nuestro futuro, our future. And we want you to be as prepared as possible to critically tackle the problems of el futuro. From the late night training to the early morning practices, I think it's safe to say that you are all tired and eager to start with the rounds. Try to hold on to that eager anticipation and excitement. It will support you through the heartbreak and stress and frustration of the next few days. Remember your excitement when you go and you try your best, but you lose a round, because there will always be another chance, another round, another Athenaeum to improve and do better for yourself or for your region. If you don't make it to the elimination rounds, don't give up. There's still Athenaeum. That's always your backup plan. As early as today, right now, you can start cheering on all the other teams that are competing today. You've started meeting them a little bit if you didn't know them before. They may be faceless competitors for now, just a name in a little gray box in the Zoom window. But in the future, after this program, they may be your best friends. And speaking of friends, I would like to introduce some people that I think are fantastic. My tournament staff, they will be supporting this program, and it would not be possible without them. Starting with my assistant tournament director, Julian Hernandez. He goes to Westtown School in Pennsylvania, grew up in New Jersey, did the GDX last year. He's great. Oh, hey, there you are. He's here. Hi, I didn't think you'd be here. Shout out to him. And then additionally, my director of judges, Sofia Boyar. She goes to Lenape High School in New Jersey. She participated in the 2019 Northeast Great Debate. She is also probably not here since she is wrapping up her CWS, but she will be available on the Discord later on if you guys have any questions for her. With her leadership, I am sure all of our judges will do fantastic. So thank you to everyone, all of the judges, tournament staff. This wouldn't be possible with you guys. Without you guys, the tournament would not run. So thank you for being here. Thank you for staffing.
Thank you so much, Annie, and to all the team participating. And so now we are going to take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to regroup, and we're going to get an outline of how the tournament is actually going to go step by step. And I'm going to, at that point, Chris will kind of break down all the different elements, all the different technologies and systems that we'll be using. Come prepared to take notes, ask a lot of questions. Again, we're going to all be on the Discord nonstop the next 3 days. So if you miss something, we will quickly be able to respond. So quick 5-minute break, stretch your legs, blink your eyes a little bit, grab a glass of water, and then we'll be right back to give you the tournament overview, some final remarks.